Hello everyone, welcome to LovegLew Creations. I'm Felicia. Jules had to work today, so my better half is not here at this time. But we're gonna have a great design today for you. I'm focusing on Mother's Day, so it's gonna be a beautiful wreath. I hope everybody had a great Easter. I know it's been a while since we've been online, and we had a great Easter holiday. I posted some really fun family pictures for everybody to see. I don't know if I posted them on YouTube. I think I'll do that so y'all can see my fam. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you what the ingredients are in a few minutes. All right, so let's start with our wreath ingredients. We're going to start with a really beautiful wreath base, and this is a boxwood wreath. It's a 24-inch boxwood wreath. And I ordered this from Amazon, thinking it was kind of going to be like grapevine on the back. Check it out. It's plastic. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to make this work? So guess what? We're going to figure this out together. I think I have an idea, because you really can't, I mean, you can glue inside of it, but it's plastic. I mean, you can't really stick the attachments, your picks, through the base, right? So I think I have an idea, so we're going to explore together. I bought this beautiful butterfly wreath from the wreath shop. How pretty is that? I really like that. So it has a piece on the back that you can use, and we're going to use zip ties to attach it to the wreath form. I made this beautiful sign to match, and it's perfect for Mother's Day. Faithful and loved. So it's a 10-inch round sign that I made, and we're going to attach this as well to the wreath base. So we're going to have a variety of different things. So because the theme is blue and white, I want to use my blue and white picks. So we have this. How pretty is that? These picks are from Michaels. All of them are from Michaels. Michaels is having a major sale. Of course, I'm going to use my signature grass. We're going to add that. We're going to use this spray as well. This is a blue heather spray, and so I think it'll match really pretty with this color as well. So we're going with that blue. So it gives it an elegance. It makes it just very motherly, I think. That elegant feel for a Mother's Day wreath. And we're going to top it off with some white picks as well, just to bring out and soften up the blue. And then for my ribbon, I have this ribbon to match. So this ribbon came from Craftex. You know me, I'm always buying my ribbon from Craftex, but it's beautiful. It's going to match our design perfectly. And then I have green, so we can just kind of soften up all the blue as well and add a green texture to it. So this is 2.5 inch, this is 1.5 inch, and then this one is 7/8 inch. So we're gonna just add a small thinner blue as well, just so we have blue and white, green and blue. So just kind of enhance the actual design of all the colors of the wreath together. And then I've had some green zip ties to match. I think it'll match the green boxwood. I just love how pure and deep this green is. What about you guys? I love it, love it. So I think once we start adding our designs, our picks to it, these are going to be blending really, really well, so you can't see them. You can get these from Amazon, Home Depot, and so forth. Oh, and my ribbon, these two ribbons, these came from the wreath shop as well. I'm going to have everything listed in my description below. All right, so both of these came from the wreath shop. All right, I think that's everything. Let's wreath. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and attach our sign, and I wanted to show you how I have the wire already attached. And in my previous video, I show how to add this piece of cardboard to the back so it doesn't punch through the actual sign itself. So that way it helps give it just a little bit of fluff to prevent it from going all the way through. So I did use the smallest staples that I have, the smallest depth staples that I have. to help that prevent that from happening as well. And again, this is one of the signs I created on my own. Thank you very much. I'm using my Cricut, you guys, so I'm going to start creating more and more signs. I'm excited about that. So one thing I wanted to talk about too was the pattern design that we're using. So this is called Chinoiserie, and this is I'm adding a touch of this, well, a lot of it, to my wreath because I just love it. I love this elegant decorative style. And just a little history, it's a Chinese art and design. It was super popular in the 18th century. It still finds its way in our modern time as well. And I just love how beautiful it is, and it's just gonna add a touch of elegance and charm to the wreath. And I love the fact that it's in this butterfly. How pretty is that? And it's gonna fit perfectly on there somewhere, wherever we decide to put it during this tutorial. But I'm so excited to share this design with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get this sign on. And you all know me, I like to make sure that I don't have anything. When I flip over my wreath, I make sure that I have a cloth on the table because I don't want to scratch it up. All right, so, but this cloth is kind of dirty. Let's get another cloth. Bear with me, let me get another cloth. All right, a little better. All right. Okay. All right, so I think I want it kind of at the bottom. So let's go ahead and cut this off. All right. Just wrap it around just like that. And I'm gonna cut the wire as soon as I get done with the entire design, because I'll have all the wires I'll have to cut anyway. Anything I have to cut that's in the way. All right, just secure it, twist it really well. And this sign, you guys, it's made out of very light wood. It's not heavy at all. And I got the wood from Hobby Lobby. There we go. Pretty as that. Perfectly on there. Looks good, I love it. All right, let's go on to the next thing. So my idea is to create a swag with my picks and then zip tie the swag on there. So that way I've created the swags, and then I'm gonna just put them on there individually, bow in the center, and we'll figure out where we're gonna put the butterfly. Okay, so it'll probably be in the somewhere in the mix of the picks. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on that. I think I want to move my sign down a little bit. I didn't want it too high up. Let's do that again. All right, let me move the sign down. All right, much better. So I moved the sign down so it's further down towards the bottom. One thing I like about this wreath base, I just love the color of it. You could just put a bow on it and hang it on your front door for those that are just minimalists, that don't want a lot on their wreath. So this would be just perfect, just like that. I love green. I was trying to get a moss-based wreath. You know what I hate? I hate that you can't find moss-based wreaths at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You think that they would watch and see what's trending out there and be like, hey, let's go ahead and get these in our order, right? And have them in the store. All right, so now let's go ahead and focus on our swag picks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clip our picks and make a swag out of them. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Well, kind of a bunch. We're gonna make a pick bunch. All right, so let's do that. So I probably should have cut off all these tags before we got started, and that would help. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do. All right, so next thing, all I'm gonna do is start clipping the picks as if we're going to add them into the base itself. Okay, so I'm just gonna clip right at the ends, so when I'm kind of long. Okay, so that's one bunch, and I'm gonna cut my grass. So this is actually, I got the name of it in my description, and I love these. They come in different colors, so they have the white tips, and you can get them in purple tips, pink tips, yellow tips, and at Michael's, y'all. And you can stack up on these, and these are perfect fillers. That's why I love them. Okay, so stack that. We're going to get these as long as we possibly can. So I'm gonna cut right here right now. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, and then these are just fillers to help soften up all the blue and bring out the white that's in the Chinoiserie. Okay, Chinoiserie. And it doesn't, the way you pronounce it is not the way it looks when it's spelled. Like that. So, but yeah. And it's also called willow pattern for anybody who is familiar with that pattern. They just kind of resemble each other as well. It kind of reminds me of the mother pearl, the mother's pearl necklaces that we used to see older women wear. I know me growing up in my time, the older women would wear the mother's pearl, and it was like a cream beige kind of stone with the mother's, like the profile of a woman in it. Very pretty. But they had them in blue too, so it was like a cream almond salmon color, and then the chinoiserie look also. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. Let me stop talking. All right, so we're just going to pile up our so we're going to pile it up, and we're just going to make a bundle, a pick bundle. Okay, so I want to make sure I have enough of my filler, and let's go ahead and push them up a little bit. Okay, so I'm using a bunch for each, so we're going to do a bunch at the top of the wreath and the bunch at the bottom. Okay, just like that, and just kind of get it stacked to where it starts making a bouquet of sorts. Okay, so make sure our tallest piece of the picks are in the back. Just like that. And we're going to just put it onto our wreath base just like that. Okay. All right, so we're going to make one bundle. I'm going to zip tie it at the end. Let me add a white mixture in here just to help balance it out. Put it through there like that. Okay. All right. I'm going to use my green zip tie. Okay, and we may have to just glue this one in. We'll glue this one in, okay, you guys? So, because we have now a base for our picks, and we're gonna have it spread out on top of our base, just like this. Okay. All right. And so what I want to do is now secure this bundle with the zip tie. I want to make sure everything is seen, spread out, and the great thing about our picks is they're wiry, so we can definitely adjust as needed. So you can kind of see how I did that. And then we'll take these and we can just sprinkle these in, and what I might do is just cut some out and just kind of glue them in so that they're sporadic throughout. So we'll do that in a few minutes. But I want to go ahead and secure this bundle. And then what I'm going to do is make another bundle up here. Okay, so it's going to make the bundle. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because of, again, the back is just plastic. So we have to compromise. We have to figure out how we're going to make this work. When I got this base, I was like, no, 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 no. So, and what I might do is add another blue here. Let's get another blue at the top of this bundle. Slide it through. Get it in there. And if you mess up, guess what we get to do? We get to do another, I just want to add another blue one. So just cut this off. We'll do another one. Okay. There we go. I need it to be more full of blue, you know. So, and then in the center is where our bow is going to be. So it's going to cover all this. And then when we layer the other bundle, it'll be under this one. Okay. So we'll start with this one at the top, and then we'll layer another one on top. That way, let's start at the top. All right. I'm going to use another piece of grass just to kind of, there we go, get it all spread out. This up just a little bit. I want to cover up my blues. Got my sprays. All right. So this is new to me too, guys. So I'm trying something different, and it's gonna still turn out beautiful as if we were adding the picks into the wreath base itself. But we gotta compromise. We gotta figure out, get creative, how we're gonna make this work based off of the wreath base that I have, okay? Make sure we have everything in that tie so it's nice and secure. There we go. Perfect. So we make our own bundle, just like that. So put this one at the top, and we're going to spread it out. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and clip this in. Get as tight as we possibly can. Clip it, and we're going to use another zip tie to secure it around. Okay. So we won't be able to see because it's green. It's blending in. A little higher. We're probably gonna have to make 4 bundles out of all of this. So 2 up here and 2 down here. So 2 bundles and 2 bundles, just to make it full. Okay. Let's do it this way. All right. As we possibly can. Make sure it's spread out. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, can y'all see how it's coming out? And you can adjust your blooms and your picks accordingly so that they stand out. Okay, and keep in mind that we can add and glue. A few pieces can be glued in, so we can get some glue onto the space. So what I want to do now is just kind of add another layer, another bundle. So we're going to start with our grass. I'm going to lay this one on top. Okay. Actually, we may just do more blue. Sprays. I'm going to have it come out this way, okay? Just like that. So we are going to need some more grass. So we'll turn this one in this way. All right, another spray. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and so have it go out, fan out that way. All right, so we're fanning it out. All right, so let's zip tie it. And keep in mind, I am going to glue in. I'm going to clip the whites and just kind of pick them through with glue. Okay, they're light enough to stick amongst the other picks. We should be fine there. Make sure that your bundle is fanned out a little bit. Okay, I want my blues to pop through, but we can adjust as well once we get it on there. Okay, just like that. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be creative. All right, so that's nice and in there. Okay. The great thing about this is you can always take this off and use this boxwood for another wreath because we're not gluing anything onto the wreath itself. onto the wreath face. So we're probably gonna put the ribbon right here, and then we'll have more coming down here at the bottom. So let me go ahead and get this one zip tied in. We'll be right back. All right, so next we're going to work on the bottom portion of our wreath, so that you can kind of see how it's looking right now. And there's been no glue added to this wreath yet, and the reason why is because of the backing of it. So we're going to go now make our swag, our pick bunch for the bottom. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to cut our picks into pieces to get the design that we're looking for in our bunch. Okay, the only glue that we're going to add will be when we cut these, to put them through and add some whiteness to the base. All right, so I'm down to my last blue. These are so pretty. Look how pretty they are, how deep blue they are. All right, so, and then our blue heather. We're going to make another pick bunch. Cutting these pretty long because I need them to be long for the background. So I made 2 bunches up here. So I'm gonna try to see if I have enough to make 2 bunches for the bottom. Because now I'm out. I thought I had more, but that's cool. We're gonna make it work. All right, so the cool thing is we don't need it to go as big as the top. We just need it to make that impact to the bottom. Okay. All right. So the great thing about these is, we talked about these in our last wreath, they push up just like that. Okay, so it makes them longer, fuller at the top. Just good quality material. I love Michael's picks. I don't think I need all of that. This should be enough for now. So let's go ahead and push these up. Okay, get them all pushed up. All right, and let's make a bunch. So we're going to use, so we got 4 of these, so let's go ahead and use 2 for now. Let's start with the grass, with our grass picks. So let's put 3, and then 2 on the outside. Let's get our blue in the center, some tall blues. Okay, again, we're just making a bouquet, just a bouquet. All right, and then we're going to zip tie it. You get, the more you start doing this, the more crafty you get at holding things with one hand and working with the other, especially when it comes to making bows and stuff like this. So, all right, there we go. As tight as you can get it. You want to fan it out. Oops, see, one came out. We want to make sure it's in there. All right, and there we go. As tight as you can get it, okay? Make sure all the stems are through all the way, okay? Then start fanning it out. Cool, cool, cool. Got everything on each side. Let's go ahead and cut it. And then we're gonna add it to the bottom, just like that. See? So we're gonna zip tie that on. Making room for the bow. Coming out pretty already. Look at that. With a different kind of base, you guys. Again, this base threw me for a loop, and I just like, we're gonna make it work. I do not want to have to buy another one. But now that I know this can work, this one wasn't that expensive. I'll put it on, I'll link it to my Amazon shop at the bottom in my description. So if you want it, you can get it for yourself as well. How pretty. Turn out pretty. Look at that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I think we need another bunch going out this way, just like we did at the top. Okay, so let's make our bunch. We can cut this down just like that. Here we go. Let's put our grass together. And then our heathers, just like that. Okay, now our blues. So pretty. So pretty, 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 pretty. Elegant, elegant, elegant. Zip tie it together. And like I said, you guys, we are definitely not adding a lot of glue to this, and we can definitely take everything off and use this wreath base again. For those of you who are, and I'm gonna buy some more of these. I like this. We can do a lot for Christmas, do a lot for spring, Easter, everything. And so make sure all the stems are in there. See, this one isn't in there all the way. There we go. I'm gonna get it under the knot of the stem. Get in there. Make sure it's secure. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now, tighten it as tight as you can. You can spread it out where needed. Okay, let's go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on this one that I did at the top, and we just kind of fan it out, and we do it counterwise from the other one. So instead of on top, we just do it like that, and that makes it look full. Okay, so let me go ahead and zip tie this to the base, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Here is what it's looking like so far. Very pretty, very pretty. All right, so now what I want to do is determine where I want to put my bow. Oh, we got to add the white picks. So let's cut some of these. All right, so next what I want to do is just go ahead and add some splashes of these white picks within it, just to help pop out the white from the chinoiserie, and just kind of make it have that blue and white pop. And I love how just white these are, and it's perfect. They're not bone, they're not cream, they're perfect bold white, which is going to be perfect to just add that color dimension that we're looking for on this particular wreath. All right, so these would be the only pieces that we're going to glue on, and we're just going to glue them through, but I'm going to glue them into the bunch. All right, that way it's not on the wreath base itself, but it's in the bunch, within the bunch. So it'll glue in and stick really, really well up in there. I'm just kind of getting them where I want them and make sure they stand out how I want them to. Okay, see, already we don't need a lot because they're really a bold white. So maybe 2 at the top, maybe 3. Just maybe 1 up in here. Yeah, 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. And I think that'll do it. And I'm just kind of placing them within the bunch of the bundles that we made, just like that. Okay, so, and I'll do the same for the bottom. I'm not going to glue them in until I get them where I want them, and they stand out how I want them to stand out. Just giving it that extra touch of the whiteness, just to soften everything up, just like that. Just blends it in. So pretty. You see that? It's blending in, just like that. Okay, not too much. Make sure it's underneath, so it's, there you go. So you can see it sticking through like that. Okay, let me get these glued in, and we'll. All right, I want to show you where we are so far. So far, so good. So now we just need to add the bow and the butterfly. So I'm trying to determine, do I want the butterfly down here, kind of like up in here, or up here with the bow right there? Probably up here with the bow right there. So, because I do want the butterfly. Can I put it here? I don't know, it's hidden. It's kind of hidden. I want it hidden this way. I don't like it on top of the, I don't like it like that, no. I don't know. We're gonna find somewhere to put it because I love this butterfly. So it's gonna go in here somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. let me go ahead and work on the bow. Let's get the bow out the way, and then we can take it from there. And if I need to move this up a little bit, we can always move our sign up or move it down to make room for the butterfly. So I don't know. I don't know. I really, really like it. What do y'all think? I like it. I love it. I want it in there. It adds that specialness to it. It's just beautiful. Okay. Can't wait to make the bow. Let's get started. All right, for our bow, we're going to make, I'm going to use this base as my base, and this is 2.5 Chinoiserie Wreath, Chinoiserie pattern. All right, and we're going to make 2 6-inch loops with probably about a 14-inch tail, 12-inch tail, somewhere around there. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 16-inch loops for this. And let's go ahead and get started, and I'll speed it up so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. But the great thing about making, turn this around, make sure you get this turned to where you need it so it's not bundling up. Okay, so let's fix this really quick. I am not a bow maker that can hold the bow and make the bow and all that. This is what the bow makers are for. That's why I have one. One day maybe, but I like working it this way. Okay, so we make sure that our loops are 6 inches, and that's what the bow maker's for. It teaches you how to make sure each loop is the same size. Okay, the great thing about making the bow is once you get your loop the way you want to twist it, and the reason for the twist is to make sure that we have the pattern on the other side as well. So you have to twist your ribbon. Okay, and I twist it while it's in there, so I'm going to twist it just like that. So we have 2 6-inch loops, and we're going to make 2 more. Okay, all right, just measure accordingly. All right, so now that we have our 2 6-inch loops on each side, I'm going to cut my tails the same size. Okay, it's about right there. And then the next thing I want to do is make sure they're the same size, just about. Yeah, it gets twisty, you guys, so just work with it. All right, so now we have 2 6-inch loops of our base ribbon, the main ribbon. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to use our next size, which is this was 2.5. Now we're going to do the 1.5. So what I want to do is just make some tails, okay, with this ribbon. So all I'm going to do is do 2 tails going up. So let me cut this off. I don't like that bend at the end. So we're going to just add some tails at the top just to kind of make it more frilly, and then make our tails at the bottom about the same length, but we're going to curl them. Okay, so let's make them about the same length at the top, but we're still going to make loops out of this green. We just want some green loops because we have a lot of blue and white in here. I want to make sure that my green ribbon stands out. Okay, all right, so make them kind of long because we're going to curl those, and we're going to now make some loops. Okay, turn this way. If you turn it to where the ribbon feeds out this way, it helps with it being from curl all the time. All right, so we're going to make the same length of tails, and then we're just going to make 2 5-inch loops of the green because it's a different color. We want it to be a little shorter, and because it's smaller, if it was the same size, we definitely want it smaller because we don't want it to hide each ribbon type. So, and this is because this one is the same color on both sides. It doesn't matter if you twist it or not, but get in the habit of twisting, so just twist. So 2 5-inch loops on each side. And this green is going to make the green pop. Okay, so there we go. And just cut the tails the same size. And you can always, okay, you can always, if you make them too long, you can cut them, no big deal. All right, so now that we have our 2 loops, we're just gonna make 1 4-inch loop of the blue, of the small skinny blue, okay? Because we don't need a lot of blue, we already got the blue showing through, but this just kind of adds, just kind of tops it off, okay? and it's going to be the same length of tail, and then 4-inch loop. Okay, all right, just like that. Just kind of gives it that elegant pop of blue. Okay, and we'll cut it out, and we're going to pick it up. Have a zip tie ready. I didn't make a center loop. I may put something in the center. Do I have any more blue flowers? Don't know. We'll find something for the center. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and pick it up. As you pick it up, you hold it tight. Put this out the way. Pinch it in the center, holding it as tight as you can. Some people put their zip tie underneath as they're doing it. I just kind of grab it all at the same time. And if you're not good at doing that, then definitely have your zip tie underneath it, so when you pick it up it's all together. But hold that pinch in the center, make sure it's pinched tight, get it around there. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to close that too tight yet because I want to add another zip tie to the back to help secure it to my wreath. So what I want to go ahead and do is just go ahead and start dovetailing my ends. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add that zip tie to the back. I just make a loop through, and you can use ribbon. Some people like to use a piece of ribbon, and that's something I can do as well. Is what I can do is I can just add, and I might go ahead and do that, add a center piece to the center. So let's do that. Let me do that first. Okay, that way we have something in the center. I was going to add a flower, but I don't have any more. Do I have any blue flowers? No, I'm going to do the ribbon. Let's stick with the ribbon. So just cut a piece of your top ribbon, or it could be the green ribbon. It could have been any. If you want to add just a little bit of, you know, different design to it, fold it in the center just like that. Pick it up. And then wrap it around just like that. See? All right. Okay, let me cut this piece. I'm sure it's tight. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my zip tie through this piece. Where's my cutters? Alright, here we go. Okay, zip tie through the back of that one before I tighten it really, really tight, because this is the one that's going to wrap around the wreath. Okay. So I want to show you guys what I did. So I wrapped it around, so now I'm going to tighten this one right here and get that out the way, knot it in the back, cut that, and now I have my zip tie that's going to go around the wreath. Okay. And now look how pretty that ended up being in the center. Okay. So let me go ahead and cut my ends, and we'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail my ends. All right, so dovetailing, all we're doing is holding it center and cut up, and you get this beautiful dovetail. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the rest, and then for my longest ones, the ones that I made my some loops at the top, some at the top, I'm just going to dovetail those as well, and then we're just going to curl those pieces. All right, so for the curl method, all we're going to do is just curl the ends, just like this, and just pull it out like that, and then it's curled. See? All right, so I'm doing the blue, the long blue tails and the long green tails, and I'm dovetailing the short green tails, and I dovetail the blue and white ribbon as well. Okay. All right, so just going to curl it. Like that. Just pull it down just like that. See how pretty that turns out? So you get the curlicues of the bow. Do it again, just a tight curl, and just pull it back, F it in like that. See? Ta-da! So pretty. That's my bow. All right, let's go ahead and get that attached. Okay, so now we're getting ready to attach the bow to the wreath base. All right, so I've attached my zip tie to it. All I'm gonna do is take this portion and wrap it around, just like that. All right, so get that on there. Go. Nice and elegant, very pretty, falls perfectly. So now where are we gonna put the butterfly on? Do we even need it now? I want the butterfly. I want the butterfly. All right, so here's where we are. And I think I'm gonna put the butterfly right here, but I need to move my sign up just a little bit because I want you to see the butterfly. So we're gonna have to make an adjustment. And I think it's good there. Yeah, what do y'all think? I think it's good there. So let's go ahead and put this baby on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip the zip tie through. Okay, so what I have to do, because it's not going to go on right, so I'm going to make a loop of another zip tie, just like I did the bow. It's the trick I have. When you need the zip tie to go in a certain direction, just make your directive right. Okay, all right. So now, I have my zip tie in the way I want it to go. The way I want it to wrap around. I'm going to tuck it through down here, wrap it around. Oh shoot, hold on, it's the wrong way. Turn it around. All right, there we go. And this is tin, so you can definitely adjust and bend up your wings. I did that. I bended them up just a little bit. It was kind of flat, so I bended them up. There we go. Wrap it around. All right, make sure it's not going to move. Tighter, tighter, tighter. There we go. All right. Let's adjust everything. Okay, let me get the get our camera up and you're gonna see the finished product. It's all done. Okay, we are done and time for the final reveal. This one turned out really pretty. It was unique, different. We had to find a way to apply our picks because of the different type of base that this was. I'll have all of my elements and ingredients within this wreath listed within the description. So you can feel free to make it yourself. It is going to be available on my website as well for Mother's Day. I know it's next weekend, but I can get it shipped out within a couple of days. So if anybody's interested, the wreath is made by yours truly. I mean the sign. And if you're interested in any custom signs, I am definitely available. Look how pretty that is. See how pretty it turned out? And we were able to add the butterfly and everything. I think this is just a beautiful, gorgeous Mother's Day wreath. Okay, all right. Thanks for wreathing with me. We missed having Jules with us, I know, but he'll be back next time. Thank you so much for all my followers, my subscribers. I'm so happy and excited to share my gift with you guys. If there's anything that you're interested in seeing, let me know. Put it in our comments. And I know I promised we were going to go live. We're still waiting on some equipment, so bear with us on that. This stuff is expensive. Anyway, so it's just a matter of getting what we need, because when I am trying to show my when I'm live, I have to actually reach up and move things down and all that, but I don't want to have a break in the whole filming of it. So I want to be able to move things down with ease and so forth. So it takes time, you guys, to get this stuff. Equipment is not cheap, so we're getting there. So, but anyway, thank you so much. I'm so excited. It's so pretty. I just hate that Jules not here to sing my song. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So pretty. It's beautiful, faithful and loved. I know there's a lot of mothers, a lot of you guys whose mothers are just that, faithful and loved. And that came to me one day, and I was like, oh, beautiful. What a beautiful saying for Mother's Day. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for wreathing with me. Happy Mother's Day.